Growing up, I vaguely remember hearing the song Age of Aquarius, but it was a little bit before my time since it came out in 1969, and so I didn't really think too much about it. And now that we're here, we're actually moving into the Age of Aquarius on the 19th of November. It actually has taken on a completely different meaning to me. I looked up the lyrics of the original song, and there is so much in it that is applicable to where we are at today. Now, this is going to be a huge shift for humanity, not just from an astrological perspective, because the astrology is highlighting that this is going to be a major turning point, but also at a soul level. There are lots of videos out there about the meaning of Aquarius and the meaning of the shift from Pluto in Capricorn to Pluto in Aquarius. Now, Pluto is all about the hidden, it's about the depths, it's about transformation. And the move from Capricorn into Aquarius highlights the move from the top down structures and all the old systems into more of the place of empowerment for the people. So there is a significant shift in how the world is operating and where we're going to be moving to in the next 20 years. Because Pluto will be in Aquarius for about 20 years now. And so it is going to not change overnight, but it is going to take some time to get us to the new structure that humanity is created to operate from. The reason why it is such a profound time right now is because this is not just the only astrological change that is happening, and is also not the only change that is happening in terms of soul evolution, in terms of galactic events. There is so much that is culminating at this time that is bringing it all together. If you've been paying attention to what is happening out there in the solar activity, we are currently at solar maximum. It means that the energy generated from the sun is incredible. We are seeing some significant solar activity. We're seeing massive solar flares. We're seeing coronal mass ejections, X-class flares. That is almost happening on a daily basis right now. In fact, at the beginning of November 2024, we saw major activity across the entire surface of the sun, not just in one spot or another. So everything is happening right now to send more light to the planet to help us ascend. Now, let's just pause for a second and talk about the ascension process, because this is actually quite crucial to where we are at right now. The Earth operates in cycles, and the cycle is where we go through a period where we have less consciousness on the planet, and we're at the bottom end of that. We're pretty much in the darkest and densest area of our available consciousness right now. Now, we're moving into the cycle of going out of that and stepping into a much higher level of consciousness. So the shift that we need to make right now is huge, because we've been on a downward momentum, and now we are being asked to move into a completely different time. And we need all the help that we can get. And in fact, that is exactly the reason why we all incarnated on this planet at this time right now. This is not just world events that are happening. This is our entire planet moving to a new level of consciousness. It is not the end of the planet. Don't worry. Despite what you may have heard, Armageddon, all the stories of the world is coming to an end. The only thing that's coming to an end is the way that things used to be. We're moving into a completely different level of operating as human beings. Everything is changing, not just our beliefs, our thoughts, also our DNA is changing. We're being upgraded from the inside out. Now, that does bring some disruption, some chaos, And if you look around the world right now, you may be looking and thinking the world is going insane. What is going on? Everything that is happening right now is to allow all of the human shadow to come out. We need to see the places where the darkness hides. We need to see what is actually going on in order to heal that. Because we cannot move into a higher level of consciousness until we have seen what is hidden under the surface. And that is what, for me, this dawning of the age of Aquarius is all about. Because we can talk about from an astrological perspective, we can talk about it from a numerology perspective, what November means, what Aquarius means. But at a soul level, there is something much deeper that is happening right now. At a soul level, what this time reflects, what the number 11 means at a soul level, is a structure of truth. And that is what we're going through right now. We need to understand what is true for us to be able to make that shift as a collective. Now, let's be very clear, not everybody wants to make this shift, and that is absolutely okay. They will be guided to their next evolution. Nothing is going wrong. They are not meant to go through the shift. And there is absolutely no judgment on somebody who wants to cling on to the old systems of karma and learning through suffering. They will get taken to a place where they can continue those processes, those lessons. Because this planet does not operate that way anymore. It has already shifted. You may have started feeling that everything is moving so much quicker, that we're getting to manifest so much quicker. Everything is changing. The way that our linear time is structured is not quite so linear anymore. We get to choose much, much faster about what is happening in our life and course correct. And that is actually very exciting because it means that we get to shift our realities much more consciously and much quicker than we've ever been able to do before. And we need to, if we want to change that trajectory, we need to be able to understand that we're operating on a new level. And that is exactly what we're being asked to do. We're being asked to look at what we want and choose for ourselves what that new looks like. We are going to be creating that new earth. New earth is not going to be handed to us on a planet. And the reason for that is we need to discover our true power. We need to rediscover that we actually are the creators of this reality. And we need to take that power back. And that is what we're being asked to do. The process of that is by uncovering what we have not seen. You may have heard so much talk about disclosure. Everybody thinks disclosure is about ETs, about our origin, about our galactic family and our galactic nature, which is absolutely true. And yes, that will happen very soon. I have had that confirmed in channeling sessions that we are going to get the truth about our history very soon. But there are other truths that need to be brought to light. And those truths are about how humanity has been kept in the dark about who they truly are, how humanity is kept subjugated and not allowed to live the way that we were always meant to live. Now, those truths that might be coming out may be incredibly uncomfortable for some. For those of us who have worked through breaking down all of those old identifications to what we've been told and what we've held as true about ourselves, about the world, about everything going on around us, this is where we're being asked to step into truly holding space, keeping our hearts open. And it is incredibly hard when we see that the world is melting down and everybody's shadows being brought out into the light. But we need to hold that space for people to be able to let go and break down their own identification to everything that they have been told, that they have held very close and very dear. It is not an easy process to have your entire experience of life dismantled. And that is exactly the period that we are going through right now. It is not going to be easy. There is going to be a lot of chaos around us because a lot of people are going to want to cling on to what is familiar and known to them. And they're going to see everything that happens around them as a threat. And they're going to go into fear. That is absolutely normal. But it is also very necessary for us in order to move up to the next level of what everything is available to us. So what does that structure of truth look like? It looks like discovering everything that has been hidden, both at a personal level and a collective level. Now, this also extends to Gaia herself. Gaia is a conscious entity. It's not just a planet, but it is also a consciousness in itself. And so we will see disruption as Gaia itself is accelerating and ascending her consciousness. Our human collective consciousness is the subconscious of the planet. We are the extensions of Gaia. And so what we believe as a collective consciousness is actually her subconscious. So everything that needs to come out right now is part of the process. It is hugely uncomfortable because we're going to see many people will be incredibly uncomfortable, turn on each other. And this is where we're being asked to be patient, to be kind, and to trust that we are going in the right direction. But more importantly, more than anything else, we're being asked to focus on what we want to create. What does that new world look like? If we're moving from a planet that's operated out of fear, and we want to move into a planet that's operating out of love, what does that look like? How does that feel? And we've had some ideas of what that love might look like, but actually it's come from a victim consciousness. So one of the things that we need to ask for ourselves is, if we uphold everybody around us as the powerful creator of their own reality, what would love require us to do? It's not about fixing other people. It's not about helping other people. It's about empowering other people. This is the truth that we're all moving to, is that we are all powerful creator beings. That is the truth that many people are not really ready to accept for themselves yet. But this is what we're being asked to move towards. And that is what this time is all about. It's a structure of truth that we have not had access to before. It is the truth about ourselves, about the people around us, and this planet, our humanity, what the world could look like, our place in the galaxy, our origins. This is a time of possibility. So the question for you is, are you able to keep your heart open, to trust that we're going in the right direction, and to know that your role is to focus on what you want to create, to work on your own shadow, to look at where you need to step into your own truth. And then we are perfectly set up. We have all the forces of the universe working on our behalf. The light has won. It is already done. It is done. We just now need to allow that path to unfold in front of us.